God began to speak to me about Biafra, and I'm worried. I stopped somewhere last month, and I'm going to throw a little light on another one. And I pray that the authority concerned should listen to me. And it's a statement. Dialogue now, so that you should not be knocking the door for dialogue and there's no dialogue. That's what God told me. I keep saying it. I said there is a spirit in this young man. It is bigger than what physical eye can see. I'm not an Igbo man, I'm a Yoruba man, but I'm speaking as a prophet. I said what I see in this young man is bigger than him. You see, the man, the small boy that they call him, what is inside him is bigger. It's not just an ideology, it's bigger. I said, I see an animal. Which animal did I told you last time? Huh? I said what? A what? A what? A small puppy. And I say, I see a small puppy going forward. All of a sudden, I saw so many strange wild animals, lion, bear, great animals around the puppy. Then I saw the puppy look back and saw that the animals around him are so many. Suddenly the puppy, what I saw last month is different from what I'm seeing now. The puppy is developing some futures of wild animals. This prophetic word is not to the negative. It's very important. Take the Biafra agitation serious. Dialogue now. Because I see a time, doors are knocked, calls are made. People who are heady are saying we have come down, but these people are not willing to dialogue again. Please, redeeming the time, for the days are evil. Dialogue now. Dialogue now. I repeat it again. I'm not an Igbo man, but I'm telling you what I'm shown in the spirit. What? I'm seeing great people, important people in this nation coming together and saying, now, okay, we want to sit on the table, let us talk. But the people you want to talk with are saying, it's too late. Please, dialogue now. The days ahead are evil. Dialogue now. This is not a cry of a baby. It's a cry of an adult. I repeat it again. Dialogue now. The Bible said, blessed are the peacemaker, for they shall be called the children of God. Please, every authority, there come a time when a revolution is about to take place. The power of gun, bombs, and bullets cannot hold an ideology. Please, dialogue now. This is not the time of, I have bullet, I have gun, I have bomb. This has nothing to do with bullet and bomb. If you know what I'm seeing in the realm of the spirit, everyone in federal authority should take the Biafra agitation serious. If you are once a founding father of this nation, sit down around the table and listen to your children. Dialogue now. This is not the time to arrest anybody. It's the time to hear the cry of the people. Dialogue now. Because he's going to be the last resultant solution at the end. But when you are asking, when the king comes down from his throne and he's saying, I'm ready to talk, and everybody is throwing stone at you, then you will know that it is important to dialogue with honor and prestige and go out, and there is peace in the land.
You know, as I said at the beginning of Mass, our country is being torn apart by the incapacity to reconcile. Only 6 years after our independence, in 1966, some military officers thought that the politicians were not getting things right and staged a coup. That coup set a ball rolling that eventually culminated in the worst massacre and genocide in modern African history, the Nigeria-Biafran War. Attempts at discussion, mediation failed, mainly because one of the major partners in mediation was an interested party, the British. When you are calling those who sell arms, when you are calling those who steal your minerals when you are fighting, when you are calling those who want your population to be reduced to half to come and mediate between you and your brother because you are quarreling, you can imagine the type of advice he will give you. But that is not the worst. The worst is that since after that war, no attempt has been made at reconciliation. Let us talk this thing over. My brother and friend, the Bishop of Sokoto, Matthew Hassan Kuka, has kept saying, until Nigerians sit down and discuss the injustices done to the Easterners during the war and ask for pardon for the unjust murder, there will be no peace. And let me warn those going for Biafra, we will break away, but we will carry our heart with us. Even if we break away, that does not solve the problem. Let us talk these things over. Autonomous community. Autonomous community. Then the gay jugume cannot or make a way into autonomous community. Good say, no be habele or landu will. I am no one again with tea. No be habele, as I book, heaven do mamu, Kirielile. No be habele, Mogana Jerako, I am again with your new. Sick away. Nenugu. Avec a way your own way in the jazz and a heck and doesn't have balako. That does not solve the problem. We can no longer count the number of autonomous communities in Igbo land. And yet we have been unable even to unite and get one extra state to balance the geopolitical zones in Nigeria. Because divided, we cannot stand. Why can't we sit down? Reconciliation takes time. It needs patience. It requires love. After the war, they told us there will be reconstruction, reconciliation, and rehabilitation. As not one of those things was done. And because we have not been able to talk these things over, the injury that was done to a people is handed from one generation to another generation. Scrapping history from our curriculum in the secondary schools will not solve the problem. The problem will be solved by, let us sit down and talk these things over. And if we can't handle it, we are going to Mali to reconcile them. Whom have we invited to come and help us reconcile ourselves? In our arrogance, we don't even accept we have any problem. If it doesn't work, invite some people who are more or less neutral, who have nothing to gain by your quarrel or by your reconciliation, except that love is reigning. Invite them to help you look at this.
Hello beloved, welcome back to our YouTube channel, and I hope you heard what the Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Nsukka has to say and Prophet Iginla concerning our nation Nigeria, and specifically to the eastern part of the country, on how they should resolve the issue of the Biafrans, advising the federal government these are the steps and some things they are expected to do. And I pray they listen to this prophecy and they listen to the word of wisdom from the bishop himself of the Khalid houses. Yes, people have been praying because of this agitation of the Biafrans. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been going up and down, even be detained. Now still with them. Now people have been praying, a lot of things has been said so that they can release this man. Recently, yesterday, we had a news that they have changed the church concerning the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because we saw what happened last month when he was invited to the court and they tried to play a role along, don't want to release him. Please, people have been praying. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, let him go. Yes, is it an offense for someone to fight for the freedom of his people? And that is what the prophecy, the prophet Joshua Iginla say, come sit on the round table and discuss with these people, because time will come, it will be too late, and by then the federal government cannot do anything again. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself, one of his videos, he says something that if the federal government agree to sit on the round table, let them discuss for the progress of this country, he will surrender and he will try to withdraw if the federal government will do the necessary. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not doing anything out of point. He's trying to agitate for the freedom of the people. He tried to agitate of how they treat the people. He's trying to agitate because the way they see the eastern people or the Igbos, who are the Biafrans, as if they are not part of the country. So instead of that, they are fighting for their freedom. As I earlier said, and I asked, is it an offense for somebody to fight for freedom of his own people in the country? Look at the kind of insecurity that is going on in the eastern part of the country. Ebuka Obi said, if you release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he's the only person that the people can listen to. If he say anything, the people will listen to him. And because they detain him, look at what is happening in the eastern part of the country, all in the name of Biafra, that they keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu there. Recently, some women came outside protesting because herdsmen are disturbing them from the eastern part of Nigeria. And somebody said, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is free, all these things wouldn't have been happening. That means the people respect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Not that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is causing havoc, not that he's carrying palapala to do anything. No, he's fighting for the freedom of his people. Even to the point they put the question before him, what of those people coming and saying they're agitating and the ordinary Nigerians are suffering? And he said, no, those who are killing, who are doing all this criminality in the name of IPOP are not part of them. They are criminals. That's the word of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So, if anything happens in this country, it's the ordinary Nigerians that suffer it. Please, we pray, resolve this thing peacefully. Let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go. Let peace reign in Nigeria. And I beg the federal government, sit on round table and discuss these things so that we can enjoy our country as one. Seriously, we are completely divided because of all these things. And I beg the federal government to listen. Look at what the bishop said. He gave an analogy, he gave a deep explanation of the whole thing. I think during Buhari described history in our curriculum in secondary school, which is uncalled for. History and necessary are very, very important. Very, very important. But what do we have today? We have a government that will come and do their own thing with their own agenda, not for the good of the country, but because of their own evil. Please, they should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and pray for the people. Pray. It's not easy. The people are suffering. Ordinary Nigerians. We are the ones suffering it. And may God help us. Please, subscribe to the channel if you have not done that. Like, share to all social media platforms, and turn on your face notification button so that whenever we drop any video, you'll be the first person to be notified. Thank you for watching the video, and never forget to subscribe to the channel. Bye for now.